Hello and welcome, or welcome back. I'm Crackers and thank you for watching. Today we are going to take another swing at my interchangeable hot cut, hot punch handles. These are working well for what they are, especially for the round punch, the square punch and so on. It actually still works really well. They do shift around in the handle a little bit, don't really care. However, for the chisel, I like to be able to walk and use the ends of the chisel like a farrier's fuller. You know, that's kind of how I've got it shaped. Doing that, striking here with it there, it wants to twist. And I did put a detent in this to hold it in place. Unfortunately, you might remember I mentioned that you need to take the first couple threads off of your bolt. Whenever you are using a bolt to lock something in place, make sure to take the first couple threads off so that they don't mushroom and get stuck inside the tool. Yeah, I didn't do that, so now this bolt is stuck in here, the tool won't come out, and this is kind of a permanent handle for this tool. That doesn't actually work very well. Naturally, it's also the one that actually came out to full thickness, not the one that got drugged down. So we are going to take another shot at this. What was I going to do? What am I saying? I forgot. Oh, right. And then I want to leave extra material on the end. We're going to put a bolt through it this way and then cut a slot. And that way it'll work like a clamp instead of trying to use the friction from the bolt itself to hold the punch in place. Hopefully that will produce a better result and we'll be a little bit more successful with those. Like I said, I wanted to build several of these anyhow, so we might as well make revisions and try to improve as we go, because if you're not improving, what are you doing? So we are going to use 5/8 square again. I'm cutting what I think is a little bit more than I used last time because I would like the handles to be a little bit longer, especially for the slitting chisel. So just like our last attempt, we are going to start by upsetting. Probably going to take a couple heats. Or maybe not. Since we're doing the eye punch, let's see what we get out of it. Leaving enough material on the end for some stretch and plenty of space for a bolt to go through. Well, that was super easy. It's almost like stuff goes better when you're using the right tools. So we've got almost no drag. That's awesome. Kind of martyred up a little bit, driving it over the hardy hole instead of the Pritchell hole. But one heat hole, and we'll just drift it with this guy. Just a little tappy tap tap. Now, I think this will fit through there. Mostly. Sort of. Cooperate. It says no. I will not cooperate. Now we lost all our heat. so that is all of the hard part on these done. They're still hot on the end here, so I'm not going to touch that. At least I'm going to try not to. All that we have left is, once they cool off, I will double check, make sure the punches fit through the eyes here. And then we're going to let them cool overnight so our ends don't get hardened and we don't cause any issues with tapping these ends. When we come back tomorrow, I'm going to clean this end on these up. We're going to make a flat spot with the grinder, drill, tap, and then split the end so that we can turn it into a little clamp. Alright, we are back, and I have forced myself to clean my bench off. So we are basically right about the same place we were when I made the last set, and we drilled the hole and tapped it, and then we were done. Just for fun, let's complicate this. I do this to myself. I do think that this is in the sake of improvement. So what I'm basically going to do is we want this hole to run perpendicular to our handle. It doesn't have to be perpendicular to the handle. It can be kind of at whatever angle you want. Your slot will need to be perpendicular to the bolt, which will roughly be in line through the center of the hole. If you don't do that, then you could end up with some binding where the bolt will want to go at an angle, but the clamp won't move at an angle because it's, you know, science. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the thin side relative to the center of the handle. We'll take the thin side, we'll square this off parallel with the handle, and then use that as our reference face for drilling and tapping and then cutting eventually. We will get there, I promise. I will stop talking eventually. I think that's going to be close enough. You just don't want it to be like over here and have the bolt like this, because that would be problematic. I don't know where my cordless drill is. It is probably somewhere in my house, but I don't feel like going to look for it. This is 1/8" bit. If I was interested in making nice tools, spend a little more time to make sure I got that forged and centered. And then forge down this boss to square so I didn't have grinder marks on it. But let's not pretend I'm that capable of a person. I can't even remember to plug in my drill. This thing's slowly dying, I think. Which is unfortunate, because I actually have very little use on this thing. This is the specialty bit for our tap. And with this tiny one, I wasn't worried about using lube. But now that we're going up to a proper size bit, we probably don't want to send that one through dry. Oh man, I ruined my tape. Alrighty then. Well, I was trying to be gentle. Kind of twist to the left a little now. My cutting wheel is that much too short. That's annoying. Ooh, and it's hot. See? Convenient. Also, don't attach your grinding consumables with a wrench. Just a little bit of a, how you doing? It's plenty enough to keep them on. The direction of rotation tightens the nut as you cut, so. Thought that drill was gonna die alive on camera. Good news is, a little bit of oil, I was able to get this one freed up and get this bolt out. Fortunately, I didn't do too much damage to these threads yet. But something I realized is even though this one was built off-center intentionally, it actually works out quite well. Assuming that this clamp system actually works and it holds it in place well, even though it was accidental, putting this one offset, it does put the center line of your tool right along the outside face of your handle, so it actually gives you a sight reference, assuming you've got it straight in the tool. Oh, how easy is it to twist? A little bit. Okay, well, and I'll have to take another pass with the grinder through the center here and take a little bit more meat out so it has more room to close up. Overall, I think that's going to work. This one might be a little extra obstinate because of this little piece of detent that I took off of it to try to keep it straight in the other handle. I almost want to light the forge and do some splitting. Breaker, 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 breaker. No holes in the end. Honestly, I just forgot. Thank you all for watching. This was fun. I do think this is going to be a nice improvement over the previous design. Yeah, let me know if you try it out, and I will see you next time.